Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her like she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, one point to guard.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Los Angeles Rams. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing on second down. Dobbs flushed out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Complete. Richardson has it. 20, 10. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Goff now looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Check 99. Check 99.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. A quick throw here, that's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
180. Check 56. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Dobbs out to the left here to Reed. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
After the interception, here's Gall. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's good for Rams. First down.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, lift.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Redskins 7, Rams nothing.
Tonight, 20.
Hey, get in the way. Alert 3.
Maverick wall. Bang, 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 bang.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, McCaffrey. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
You ain't doing nothing today.
From the 50, it's gone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Super. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Hey, tight. 6-6. Pull it high. 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get it.
On first and 10, Goff. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check. Fresno.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Cut. 180.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get it.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ryan Anderson. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. If that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. On play action, it's Dobbs. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Hey, defense. Hey, defense.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. Flush to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. Third down here. Off the play fake. Dobbs. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. On 4th down, Dobbs. Jordan Reed has it. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 30 on second down, Dobbs. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
throwing here. Dobbs looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
The final shot before break. Dobbs into a double team, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he's got room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
53, Mike, 53. I got one. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover.
From the 38, Dobbs. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Timmy Jernigan breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. third down. Dobbs. This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down, Redskins.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off play action. Dobbs. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On 2nd down, Love. Room to run inside the 40. He's at the 30. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either. So after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
52. I'm coming.
Hey, Alpha.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Now Goff on 1st down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. Touchdown, LA! Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
Focus,
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Operating from the gun. Dobbs. Throw left side is complete to Reed. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Dobbs is going to float this one deep right side. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st down, it's gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Switch. Check safety. Switch gears.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Go. Mike 52. Coming. Mike 52.
Hey, Charlie.
He's scared.
No. Check that.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Gone. This is caught. It's close. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Back's mine, back's mine.
Here's Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
56. I'm coming for you.
On first down, Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 34.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with McCaffrey. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Goff. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Zerline now for the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25.
Down.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Off the play fake. Dobbs. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And it's 3rd down.
50 seconds left. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day on this.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Los Angeles, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Treacherous, I